Now, as we heard in the declaration that came out today, there will be talks of having reunions for families that were split between North and South Korea. There's also the talk of the demilitarized zone, the DMZ, becoming a zone of peace. And that was just mentioned. Of course, no exact details are known at this stage. Now, the DMZ is a 4-kilometer strip of land that separates the two Koreas, and it's often presented as a desolate and dangerous place. France 24's Bruce Harrison has been covering this for us. Now, he reports from the area where hundreds of people live.
This is one of the most heavily guarded borders in the world, the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ. But it's not quite the no man's land it's made out to be. Hidden behind military checkpoints and amid thick woods and minefields is the village of Daesong Dong, just 400 meters from the North Korean side of the border zone. Journalists were invited inside as the two Koreas meet to discuss peace on the Korean peninsula.
As we live in a very particular environment, we have many constraints. It is not like other villages.
The 207 residents have an 11 p.m. curfew, and the only people who live here are descendants of the original settlers. With the military watching, some exchanges were brief.
It is difficult to respond to that question.
He would not like to tell you about the personal feelings about living inside the Daesong Dong village.
Why?
We now have 5 minutes left, 5 minutes.
On a typical day, the residents in this village can hear South Korean propaganda broadcasts targeting the north. But for now, the speakers have fallen silent. That's because the two Koreas are working to create a greater atmosphere of peace. At Daesong Dong Elementary, there's a lighthearted spin on the DMZ, and the 35 students learn with high-tech gadgets. But because the Koreas are still technically at war, these students can only view North Korea from a distance, just like foreign tourists.
We hope one day, very soon, that they will come together and be one nation.
In the past, tourist programs for South Koreans to visit the North have been some of the first steps at reconciliation.